Welcome back to Couch Talk, everybody. I'm Joe, and today we're here to talk about Crazy Rich Asians. This movie is directed by John M. Chu, who also did G.I. Joe Retaliation and Step Up 2 and Step Up 3D and the sequel to Now You See Me 2. And this movie is very successful as of far. It had a huge $35 million opening weekend box office haul. A lot of people are going to see it, but honestly, it deserves it. It really does. This movie stars Henry Golding as Nick Young, Constantine Wu as Rachel Chu, and Michelle Yeoh as Eleanor Young, which is Nick's mother. Essentially, this movie is about, Nick moves to New York for a little while and meets Rachel, and she lives a very basic life. She's a teacher in a college, but she's not rich. She doesn't come from money or anything. She doesn't really know who he is. She doesn't know that he comes from wealth, but they fall in love. And then when Nick's best friend is getting married, he gets asked to be the best man, so he sees this as an opportunity to invite Rachel down to Singapore, which is where he's from, to meet not only his best friend and be in the wedding, but also meet his family, which have been yearning to meet her for a year. And it's not only until they go there that she realizes that he's not just rich, he is crazy rich, and problems ensue. The mom doesn't see her as worthy of being with the son because she doesn't come from a wealthy family, and she sees it as bad publicity, and she doesn't think that Rachel has what it takes to provide for someone of this caliber. We've seen this stories time and time again. You saw brief hints of it in Titanic, where they didn't accept Jack because he didn't come from wealth. And you see it again in The Notebook, where same thing. Her family doesn't accept Ryan Gosling's character because he doesn't come from wealth. It's just the roles are reversed this time. Now it's in the girl's perspective. But I think it's better that way. It's definitely a lot more stressful, especially when you're watching it as a viewer. Because let's be honest, women are a lot more fierce than men, and they're a lot more standoffish, and at least from my experience, a lot harder to please. And there's no one harder to please than a mother. So, coming from this aspect, I think that whole dynamic worked very well. And I also think that this movie does this story differently than Titanic and Notebook does, and it does it with class. This movie really resembles Baz Luhrmann. He's another director that did The Great Gatsby and Romeo and Juliet, both movies with Leonardo DiCaprio. That director has a sense of style where everything kind of feels like a music video. He's very influenced by music, and everything feels like a music video. Very fast, very quick cuts, very lively and popping, and all the pretty colors and the pretty lights and the set designs. And this movie kind of feels the same way. This director really, no pun intended, but stepped up to the game. And I've never seen a movie from this guy where I was like, wow, this is a director to look out for. But this movie really, I feel put him on the radar. Everything is just so lively, and all of the set designs are just, the colors are there and it's popping. Everything's kind of just like a party, and it's very everything in every scene stands out. And he clearly let loose with this and threw all of his creativity into it, because it really paid off, and it was just eye candy watching this movie. Sadly, it's been a very long time since you've seen a movie with this big of a cast, not American. It was a nice breath of fresh air to see just an all Asian cast, and the fact that so many people are flocking to the movies to see this is such a sigh of relief. I'm really happy for it that it's doing this well. Hopefully this helps Hollywood push for more movies with more diverse casts. I actually heard that they originally intended on having a white female actress play the role of Rachel, and I'm really glad they didn't, because I thought that would have detracted from the movie and the overall message. All the acting was great, and honestly, the funniest person in this movie comes from Rachel's friend, played by Awkwafina, I believe her name is. She has 2 of the 3 biggest belly laughing moments in the whole movie. She plays that sassy friend that don't take no shit, and she kind of Cinderella'd Rachel up, helped her get ready for the ball, which, what she helped her get ready for, which was the wedding, was one of the best scenes of the movie. That it was so unique, and I've never seen a wedding like this. Just the whole design of the hall that it happened in was really, really, really pretty, and it was just really like a sight to behold. It was like something you'd see in Disney World, I guess. Better, I suppose. And everything about this movie, it just hits all the right notes. It makes you feel good. It seems like the director really wanted to make his own like Disney movie, like outside of Disney, like his own princess story. That's like the vibe I got from this. It's just a real like, you know, sweep you off your feet kind of movie. I definitely enjoyed it, and I hope we don't have to wait 10 years to get another one of these, because I know that this is a trilogy of books. This one being the first, obviously, Crazy Rich Asians, followed by Crazy Rich Girlfriend, and then Crazy Rich People Problems, I believe. The second one taking place only a couple years after this one, followed by the third one. I did hear that the books are a lot different than the movie, and they kind of wanted to make the movie in a way that, like, if they couldn't make a sequel, it's okay. Like, you could watch this as a one and done. But in the books, it actually ends you on a big cliffhanger. And for anyone that wants to stay a little bit after the credits, like 30 to 45 seconds in, they actually have a scene in there that sets up the sequel. I didn't know what it meant, but a lot of people in the theater like cheered and went crazy. And I didn't read the book, so I didn't know. So I went and did like a little background check on it and learned that it is in fact a very big deal. I didn't read too much because I didn't want to spoil it, but I did order all of the books. I'm going to read them, and when I read them, I will try and do my best to give you an accurate, non-spoiler review on them. However, if anyone wants a spoiler review, I would love to do it. Anyway, I can't recommend this movie enough. The music's great, the acting's great, the story's great. I mean, it's nothing new. You've seen it time and time again, but it's just done in such a rich and unique way, and I can't recommend it any higher. I'm going to give this movie a 9, only because I can't get it to 10 because it's not super original, but I mean, it has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes by both fans and critics. They love it. Let's fast track the sequel because I can't wait to see it. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like what you saw here, please feel free to like the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. As always, I'll catch you next time.